Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the ECAC Open Collegiate Marvel Rivals Tournament. I am your caster, Inferno, joined tonight by my fellow caster, Althea, and our observer, Beldia. How are you doing tonight, Althea? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Very excited to get into this second night. Unfortunately, we're going to start a little later, so we're going to miss out on a few games, but hopefully these will be some good ones. Looking at our teams here on the top, in the blue we have OSU BGC, or Ohio State University Buckeye Gaming Collective. They're on a current record of 5-1, so they're looking pretty hot. Looking at the bottom here, we have Mustang Esports from Central Maine Community College. And they are currently on a record, I believe, of 0-2. So they are looking to get their first win in this. Very new to this bracket. Looking to make a statement.
Certainly are. We're seeing these bands coming through now. We have the pretty standard Wolverine band coming down from OSU. Mustangs did skip a ban, but going with the Psylocke on the second ban, and a Namor for OSU with a Winter Soldier and Luna Snow save.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Luna Snow and a lot of Winter Soldier. That's a little unsurprising. I think Winter Soldier, that Bucky pick is just too good to give up. The ultimate is fantastic, great damage, great utility. Definitely not a surprise there. We're actually going to see both teams opting to run for that team. We're actually seeing quite a similar comp with, I believe, all Magnetos, Invisible Woman, Luna Snow, and that Bucky. So fairly mirror matchup. Big difference here, though, is we're going to see Grifty on that thing, which I think will play fairly well into Penguin on the Strange. I mean, I believe the thing is a pretty good counter. He's being able to punch straight through that shield. Also going to see Dez on this Black Panther for a second DPS, while we're actually going to see Kenku on the Mantis running triple support. So I think it's going to be interesting to see here as we're seeing a double support, double tank, double DPS versus that triple support, double tank. Really opting for more survivability. And I think that is something you're going to need, especially with this thing against your Strange. It's hopefully going to work out for Mustang here.
Certainly. We'll see coming up about 15 seconds for this point to unlock. We are going to see a fight immediately take place at Mustang's door there. 2 picks already coming through from the DPS for OSU. Already throwing it down. I mean, we see the Black Panther Dez in the back line dashing around. I believe is what kicked off that fight.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Dez getting in there real quick, causing a lot of havoc very fast, and almost immediately wiping all of Mustangs before that point was even unlocked. Very efficient from Mustangs here in that first push. We're going to have to see if OSU is able to come back here.
Beautiful pick there from Farley. Love to see it going down onto the support there. Beautiful targeting. Bass descent come down from Dez. Just havoc in the back line of Mustangs here.
For sure, we're
Dez
seeing
is even doing a little dance.
Oh, it does get caught out though
maybe.
by Kenku. Maybe playing a little too silly there from Dez. That might be the opening though that Mustangs need to take a little bit of space here, but
definitely important for Mustangs to get those picks, you know, showing that they are here to play. You know, this first round may not be going their way, but they're just learning the opponents right now. You know, it takes one round. You're gonna see how they play. I'm definitely expecting Mustangs to have a better start on the next round here.
Definitely. I mean, when it comes to how they're playing as well, we're seeing OSU with this thing and the Black Panther, very aggressive combo playing, I mean, basically up at their spawn door at this choke, not giving Mustang Esports much room to play with, as we quite literally do see Grift at the spawn door, still finding picks though with Dez, just letting the Magneto and the Bucky just shoot from the back line, put plenty of pressure, and it seems like Mustang's unable to find anything to get themselves out of this yet.
Yeah, like you were saying, the thing does really well into that double shield, and we aren't seeing a swap yet from Mustangs. I don't know if they really... Oh, they do catch the Star-Lord on point. Very close to fully capping that. But now a pretty staggering lead for OSU. But the point will get capped and swung Mustang's way. Farley a pick onto Jang, and Dez a pick onto Mafia. We'll swing it right back, though.
The question, will be how long can they hold it, and not long indeed. Seeing a Magneto ult committed here does find Dez, but is that even worth it? You're not getting the point.
That was to send a message.
Yeah, just to send a message.
That was
to
for
Dez.
the 100%. That's what that was.
I mean, we can definitely see CMCC struggling just a little bit here. Gonna definitely need to make some changes. Quite a few ultimates to work with. Surprised we didn't see them come down sooner. Even more so, though, from OSU rocking with... I mean, they're only 10% off the 6 ultimates for their team. And they held that beautifully without needing to commit much. They did, however, they did use their ultimates. Don't get me wrong. They just had so much pressure, they built them back that fast. So the question is if Mustang's even going to be able to get value out of theirs, knowing OSU has this aggression and has these ultimates in the bank as well.
And being at 90% on that Invisible Woman and thing, you just might as well have your ultimate. I mean, they are going to build it right away during this first fight. So we're looking at OSU with quite the ult economy going into this. I mean, this is just going to come down to the sequence of things, you know, how it plays out, who presses Q, and in what order. We do see clobbering time coming out fairly early, and with that picking up a few of the members, stunning them down. I mean, it's pretty easy for OSU to come through and just clean up those picks.
I mean, saying a few of the members might be a bit of an understatement, as it looks like we did see just a full 6-man team kill from OSU, even though it may not have been all hit by that ult. Still, just one ultimate to clean up the whole team is not something you want to happen. Dez finding Winning Whale and Glagnar and, oh my, and Jang.
Yeah, the picks just keep coming through from the DPS out of OSU. I mean, this Black Panther is just unstoppable right now, just living forever inside of Mustang's backline. Just can't let that happen.
All Mustang really has right now to work for them are these ultimates that they can commit, but knowing OSU has those double supports, is it really going to be able to get much anyways?
End of Khonshu comes out to try to separate the team of OSU, but an invisible boundary comes through. Okay, the Galactic Legend gets responded by that Luna Snow ult. Lava finds a pick onto Winning Whale, just shoving Mustangs back into spawn here, really just putting a lid on it. Definitely tough for them to walk out.
We do see Penguin Mafia with this Eye of Agamotto, which could be huge. It looks like they're just ignoring the fight and just trying to get to a point, it looks like. So
yeah, I believe they were going for that
on
shortcut up there, but I think they were shooting the wrong wall, maybe? I don't know if that was the right
sure.
one.
I just don't know if a few strange autos is enough to get through that effective.
See Jeff going around the outside here, gonna put some pressure onto this point. Not quite build up that Jeff ult. Maybe gonna try to make a hero play with the Jeff. It's gotta come down now.
You can Jeff ult, but that's not gonna be contesting, so you have to use that eat and get back quick.
Sure won't. We do see the eat onto the Luna, but everyone on OSU is just looking at the Shark then. They will pick up the second point there, and that will be Wakanda going OSU's way.
Yeah, I mean, we see it in the stats already. OSU, just in general, much more experience, much better win rate. Mustangs maybe struggling just a little bit. We could see that here, as they just seemed like they couldn't get a grip on the match, couldn't get their foot in the hold, and definitely struggled a bit there. I think there were a couple things they could have done differently, maybe just trying to play together a little more, focus on specific targets, like when you have Dez jumping around you like that, having all the members just trying to focus down that, put some more pressure, maybe put a little more pressure on the supports. As we can see, neither of OSU's supports actually have deaths. That could be a main issue, especially with Lauki here with the MVP. You can definitely see that Invisible Woman doing the work. So I do think Mustang Esports can definitely get some good plays in here. They just need to recognize what's working best for OSU and work to counter that.
Certainly. I mean, we're going to have to see some pretty drastic swaps going into this convergence map here. I mean, it is their map pick. They are definitely able to choose what they are most comfortable on. I mean, yeah, it's just looking like we're going to have to see an entire comp swap for the side of Mustangs here, as OSU was just on a roll, a complete tear that entire time. I mean, Dez, the Black Panther, we saw time and time again, just in that back line, racking up kills in the kill feed. It was just amazing play out of OSU there on that first map.
For sure. I just think that Thing and Black Panther combo might just be a little too aggressive for Mustang to handle. Maybe a little too much tank with the Thing, causing a lot of movement disrupt, and Dez just basically free farming. I know we see Black Panther be referred to as the tickle monster a lot, but This tickle monster's claws, I guess, causing a lot of damage. As we see with the most
Certainly is.
kills, most damage.
Mm.
Definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Certainly was. I mean, and we were touching on it during that match there that the double shield into the thing is just, it's a hard combo to fight into. He's
Yes,
going to be able to just punch straight through that. It might just be better to go a thing for yourself, go a thing Groot, counter the enemy thing when they dash in, stuff like that. You're going to have to make some outplays onto the enemies when they go in for those deep dives like that.
for sure, especially too with that Black Panther. I mean, that thing and Black Panther, it's gonna hit straight through those shields. You got to kind of recognize
Mm,
at one point, is it just not worth it? We see the Strange pick mostly for that Eye of Agamotto, occasionally for that portal, but the Eye of Agamotto, probably the most game-changing ult in the whole, of all the heroes. But we didn't even see it come down from Mustang Esports. I don't think. I think we did just see Penguin sit on it, maybe not finding the right opportunity. But at that point, if you're just getting the one, if you're getting dove by that Black Panther and it's doing that much trouble for you, you might as well just use it there, get the Black Panther, and then maybe then you might have a chance to be able to push up.
oh,
Unfortunately, it does look like, I believe, I
uh,
there might be a chance that Mustang Esports surrendered. I
yeah, I'm
believe
not
that might just be
positive.
it. Looking at the website, the final scores were reported for the match. So maybe,
So yeah, we might have to cut it there.
yeah, I mean, I think that's just the match. I think Mustang Esports maybe just cut their losses, kind of understood, maybe just a little out of their league and trying to get into this next match as quick as possible. So I guess we will see you guys in just a few minutes as we're looking for our next game. Be sure to go grab a drink or a snack or something, and see you guys in just a bit. Welcome back to the stream. We are here with our next two teams. We're going to be following OSU, Ohio State University Buckeye Gaming Collective off the back of their victory there. Unfortunate surrender from the other team, but that's okay because we can just get into this one quicker. They're going to be facing off against KSU Academy, or Kennesaw State University. KSU is currently on a record of 8-1, while OSU is now 6-1. So both these teams are very evenly matched, and I think it should be a fairly exciting game as we quickly remake the lobby. But no worries there.
Yeah, I completely agree, though. I mean, we have KSU returning. We did see them, I believe. I'm not sure if it was last night or if it was last weekend. But we have seen this team before. We do know what they're capable of. I mean, some incredible players from the side of KSU, but we also just saw OSU absolutely dominate in a match. I mean, do a little spawn camping even. So we're gonna see when, that unstoppable force meets that immovable object, and I'm sure it's gonna be a clash.
For sure. And yeah, like you said, I think we followed KSU Academy here around quite a bit last week. They were definitely making a good show. Speaking of good, we got good speed fans in the chat, I believe, and apologies because I did get the name
Good
fairly
speed.
wrong, but we will get
Good
it right
speed.
this
Good
time.
speed.
Godspeed to good speed.
Good speed.
Yeah.
Goat speed, I believe is what it was now.
Yeah, that was
Goat speed?
something. Goat speed, yeah.
All right, well, we'll have to see if it's goat speed tonight. We'll have to see if goat speed is bringing it,
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that as we start out here with the quadruple strange pick. This is a pretty default thing strat we see here. Those unstoppable shields, something you see every game here.
If your team isn't running 4 strange, I don't know what you're doing,
For sure. Looking at the bans here, Wolverine band, definitely typical, very standard. Just absolutely tank shredder. Get rid of that. Get that out of there. Give your tank an easier time. That Bucky ban, typically we see that saved. So seeing KSU managing to ban that out of the hands of OSU immediately definitely is going to hurt for them. But I think, unfortunately, I don't think KSU knows about the power of the Black Panther from believe Dez was doing some good work. So they might get the ban there, but we're going to see the save from OSU on the Luna Snow.
Yeah, Luna Snow save from OSU. I mean, both of these teams have shown some pretty proficient Luna Snow skills. And, I'm sure it's just going to be a little bit of a dance-off on point sometimes with both of them, definitely in the character mindset. Oh, we do see that Black Panther ban from KSU. Maybe he's studying some footage. Maybe getting lucky, but Dez will not have that Black Panther on this match.
Yeah, I mean, last match from OSU, we saw them running that Black Panther and the Bucky, so it's going to be a completely new show for us here as we're looking to see what OSU is going to bring to the table. Are they able to adapt to these bans and these slight changes here? Seeing KSU also opting for that Hella save for Magic to play as. Not to be confused with the character Magic. Magic with the Magic TE.
Magic on the Hella. I get it. It makes
sense. Interesting enough, I'm looking to see if we are going to see KSU lock in this or not. We are seeing them currently running with the triple tank, single support, or sorry, single DPS, support, double support, as well as the fact that it's a Loki. Looking for that, I would assume the double Luna. So you're gonna have those. I would assume. As well as the triple support, 2 DPS, and single tank from OSU. Very different team comps that these guys are running. So I'm interested to see how it's going to play out for them.
We do see the chilling charisma for Luna Snow and the Namor there, enabling Namor to have those frost turrets. Third one. in his kit. Very nice use. The Guardian Revival as well from the Adam Warlock and Mantis on the side of OSU there. Certainly going to be using some of these team ups. Oh, and with the Star-Lord, actually. That is a triple team up.
Some nice value.
Absolutely. Farthy getting 2 picks early.
Oh my.
Is already with that Galactic Legend.
Oh my.
Shutting down everyone. I mean, just showing you can ban that Black Panther, but that pool is deep, man.
I mean, yeah, getting that Galactic ult there from the Star-Lord that quick point wasn't even unlocked or wasn't even capped by the time that was popped. I mean, seeing that at 10%, I wouldn't even know that they just used an ult there. That's very surprising.
Right? Yeah, I would have assumed he got a slow start, but he's even building. Horn of Proteus comes out, but unable to find too much. Eileen will end up falling. And now we're starting to see a similar situation of OSU just starting to get aggressive and really holding this choke now.
Yeah, it does. Fortunately able to get that res thanks to Laoki's team up. As KSU is just struggling to take this space, using that strange shield but falling fairly low, trying to push through. J-Mac as well, just barely getting out.
Our Lava will find good speed in the midst. Galactic Legend, the second one now for Dez, gets countered by the Fate of Both Worlds, but not entirely. Will find a pick on the Magic. Eye comes out to stun just a few, I think. Farley finds Apollyon. And a reverse Fate of Both Worlds now. Coming down from good speed.
Yeah, using it for the aggression here. Less of the reaction here. 90% KSU is looking to make an impact. Quite a few, just a few ults to work with though. It looks like the team is already beginning to fall. 95%. KSU is beginning to fall.
Everywhere. It's looking like that will be it for KSU for that point. I mean, OSU is just looking dominant on this intergalactic empire of Wakanda. Just certainly with a message to send.
Definitely. I mean, we're seeing KSU just really struggling to get through that choke there, using everything just attempting that. But I mean, OSU keeping that pressure on them, just not really letting them through at all, even when KSU gets a few of those picks. I mean, when half of OSU is capable of reviving themselves, it's going to be a little hard to make that happen, not to mention Laoki still sitting on that cardiac revival, I believe is the name of that. Just the that full team reset too, just in the back pocket. KSU has to do more than just killing them. They have to do it several times. Very tough to deal with.
Yeah, that Guardian Revival is certainly a passive to have. A great team up off the Adam Warlock there. Not to mention, we did have a couple team ups for the others, for KSU there. So it's not like they're just banking off of these team ups here. I mean, this is also incredible skill. Dez yet again with another Galactic Legend. Or Proteus as well. Farthy will slam the whale on top. Help OSU claim these kills. This point will unlock, but they're not even worried about it right now.
I mean, it's important as a team to stay grouped up, but you might even say KSU is just a little bit too much here. Just eating all of OSU's abilities on accident, such as that Horn of Proteus there. Just maybe spread out a little bit, take a little more mat control, put some pressure, but I don't know. We're seeing KSU just really struggling to get some pressure on. As we see, we're seeing Dez just put so much pressure. Just OSU is doing a phenomenal job of keeping KSU at bay.
They certainly are. We will see the Loki ult coming out now from Skull Digger. The Fate of Both Worlds gets a massive dunk. from Lava, cleaning up the entire team. I believe that was a 4-man Meteor M right in
Yeah.
KSU's face.
I mean, you don't see that every day. Usually Meteor M is used just to counter a single ult. We did see that. I can definitely say Lava wasn't expecting to get 4 off that one.
No, that was awesome. I mean, that is certainly a clip. That was beautiful work there. A great counter ult from Lava. See this Soul Bind now, or Soul Bond, sorry, coming down. Trying to keep everyone up as Dez is just willing to get so aggressive. Will end up falling to JMac, who is on the Hawkeye. Did find a nice shot.
Though.
Corner Proteus comes down, but a Fate of Both Worlds will keep everyone up. Dez did have that Guardian Revival to get back to the fight very quick. Get a respawn.
What is this fire rate?
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, he is just letting that stuff go. JMac has
giving
a
that?
full-on, I'm guessing the Mantis? Or, I'm not even sure. Not
I
Mantis,
really
honestly.
don't know.
No Mantis, yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, we do see KSU falling yet again to OSU just shortly after they tapped that point.
Looking it for just a little bit off the back of a few ults, but we're going to see them fall as OSU takes that in almost a perfect 200% there. Very impressive opening show there from OSU. I mean, I don't think we've seen too much of them here before. We saw them just how much they could do before, but that does raise the question in that last game of is it just this team playing really good or the other team maybe playing a bit poor. We can definitely see now OSU is just really good at what they do. Incredible pressure. Dez again doesn't need that Black Panther to play well. We saw just how much pressure they could put on with that Star-Lord, sorry. Just, I mean, even in that opening fight, before it even happened, having that ultimate up is just, it's not an easy feat. That double shield from KSU definitely doesn't help either. Just getting shredded every single time you're trying to push through. Not very much you can do. Very tough situation for KSU, but definitely not over for them.
Certainly not. And as we get into our second map here on Clintar, it's really asking KSU, what do you ban here? Do you still go for that Black Panther? Do you now ban the Star-Lord? We see Dez hovering the Wolverine. I mean, do you ban the Wolverine, which is pretty standard? I mean, that's not really a target ban for much. But I mean, Dez just has an incredible showing right now, just seemingly doing it all on any character. Is he human?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. Clearly, OSU isn't invincible. They obviously can get countered, and KSU just needs to look for it. I mean, with KSU's impressive record, I wouldn't be surprised if they really reflect on what happened and do their best to change that. I'm interested to see what they save here, actually. What are they going to choose that they know OSU likely will be banning? And that Thor wasn't one I was expecting.
Yeah, saving that Thor. We do know that JMac does like this Thor pick. Certainly favorable on it. Wouldn't surprise me if we see that coming out of KSU here. We're about to see the Adam Warlock save for OSU. Maybe thinking that KSU was about to ban it and just thinking, we better secure it. We definitely want that again.
Well, I mean, yeah, even with that team up is probably the major reason. The Adam itself, obviously the heals are great, that res is great, but giving that much flexibility, especially to Dez with that res, is going to be tough. And they definitely say, yeah, losing the Adam is definitely going to lose a lot of value on that Star-Lord if we have it. However, we will not. So still, that Mantis getting the revive will be important. But Dez is going to have this Black Panther open. Not too concerned about losing that Star-Lord, as I do believe that's not exactly their go-to pick.
Yeah, I think that was actually really smart there from OSU. They went for that Adam Warlock save pretty much to tell KSU, hey, we're about to use this Star Lord again, man. You saw him last game. We're about to use this team up. We're saving him. And KSU reactively just said, all right, yeah, ban that Star Lord. We don't even want to see it. And now they've played into OSU's hand of giving Dez that Black Panther pick again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's really no saying that KSU knew about the Black Panther either. It could have just been like, hey, this is a popular pick on this map. We're just getting it out. They don't know the power. They don't know Dez is a Black Panther player. Even possibly a Black Widow player. I'm interested to see, but I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, looking at KSU here, I do think that they're going to have a much better chance here. We've seen what they're capable of. Switching up their comp a little, not running that triple tank strategy anymore. Running that double DPS, double tank, double support. Very, very typical. And similar comp, though, from OSU running this, I believe, almost the same comp, except for the bans, obviously, getting a Namor now. Or keeping the Namor, but getting the Widow now.
Yeah, Dez on that Black Widow. Going to be going on a pretty sneaky flank here with Farthy. Normal turret and a Frost turret. Ooh, the platform will get in the way a little bit, as they are facing some heavy fire from JMac. We'll be able to find those two flanking DPS, and I believe that will stop OSU's push as of right now.
For sure. I mean, the DPS was the most important part of the team there. In order to get those kills, we saw a fantastic flank from OSU there, but unfortunately not able to find much as they got shut down very impressively by JMac, just hopping up in that high ground and making quick work of them. As we see OSU having to make just a second attempt at the default push. And yeah, that volley from Laoki was just a bit dangerous.
It certainly is. Eileen will find Lava. Playing this magic a bit defensively, really letting the team of OSU push into it, using these demons a lot more. Great for that slash, a ton of damage up close. And it does go through those shields, so can't play too much behind it.
Yeah, now we are seeing, honestly, for the first time, OSU being held. Kind of struggling to find any momentum, but the big question is KSU going to be able to hold this through the ultimate usage? And I think that's a question we're about to get answered right here.
Meteor M now from Lava will get blocked this time. Skulldigger will be free to use that Fate of Both Worlds. Luna ult comes out from the from the Loki first. Karmic Revival in the back now. Out of Laoki, trying to keep everyone alive. Support ult coming from everyone. Eileen pops his Dark Child, but Goodspeed will still have that Fate of Both Worlds up and able to use it. Will find getting picked to Dez, though. God of Thunder just barely missing from JMac. Has really not much ground has been made. A missed Eye of Agamotto almost spelled doom for Apollyon. It will actually. The Namor turret will find that pick, and Dez will shoot Eileen. Now turning the tide for OSU.
We finally saw Eileen finally picking up, Dez picking up some kills on that Widow. I was a little worried. In a few pushes in, we didn't see, honestly, anything from that Widow, but just there, I believe we saw about 4 picks. Very impressive last minute there, allowing OSU to take this point. 3 minutes on the clock, and they're going to have to keep pushing this as Dez is looking to keep this pressure up. And KSU are looking to take their space back.
Yeah, coming very close with some of these Black Widow shots. That's just not finding the connections right now. Lava will, though. Finding the right click into the left click. Great shot from the Magneto. Lava has just shown an incredible hero mastery on this Magneto. Incredible plays coming from the tank player out of OSU right now.
Definitely. We're seeing a strange portal from Apollyon. Look at him get this touch. OSU, though, has a lot of ults to commit very quick. Could be dangerous, especially with these DPS ones they have in store.
Corner Proteus does come down from Magic. I believe only found Dez, but won't even be able to find the pick. Scarlet Witch hovering that ult, just waiting to use it. Or I'm sorry, Black Widow. Magic finds 2 picks during the fight. Blankets will res themselves. Leoki will get the Karmic Revival onto the Luna Snow, as well as pick up a kill. Great stuff from the support players right now out of OSU. Trying to keep everyone up. Goodspeed finds a pick amidst the action. Eileen again getting that Darkchild countered by Goodspeed's ult. J-Mac dropping the hammer down on Blankets. This fight is everlasting. Picks are still coming down from both teams. Few more on the side of KSU. I think will finally seal the deal on this fight.
Yeah, J-Mac just barely getting caught out there as we do see the fall, but KSU, with just a little over a minute left on the clock, is able to hold this finally. We're going to see OSU making a few swaps, looking to secure the second point, such as this Thing swap. I believe we're also seeing Laoki onto the Invisible Woman off of that Adam Warlock. Maybe just looking to increase that healing output. That invisible boundary will be very important as well for some of the members of the team.
We do see Grifty swapping this Thing, which after dashing will completely counter movement, which is a lot of Magic's character. But Magic, making me eat my words there, is finding the pick onto the Thing. Eileen doing wonders right now. Invisible boundary comes out from Laoki in a kind of defensive spot. Still being able to play up. Dez will find a pick inside of it. Skull Digger using the fate of both worlds. As per usual, Lava will go for that Meteorem. Unfortunately not connecting this time. KSU has dug their heels in deep. It is now overtime. OSU has been stopped dead in their tracks. They just need a few picks now, with one coming from Eileen, a second from J-Mac. They're starting to able to get OSU off this point.
Oh no!
What a massive Horn of Proteus from Farthy. Working wonders. Darkchild comes out from Eileen in the back line and will force the C9 out of OSU.
No. That is so
Disaster from
unfortunate.
OSU. Yeah, that is sad to see.
I mean, yeah, definitely good if you're a KSU fan here. Beautiful hold from KSU, but I mean,
Absolutely.
we definitely saw a lot of spark from OSU on that attack. Beautiful 2 picks from Farthy, one of them being the support. Definitely opened up the door for them to keep pushing that and keep that fight rolling. But we saw a beautiful Darkchild from Eileen getting that contest, getting that map control, just forcing KSU off that point for that C9. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that zone coverage from Eileen doing work. We're now going to see this attack. We do have the Rocket as well as the Punisher right now. Could be using it just to get those health packs, but we will see if we keep that team up. I mean, KSU doing, you know, it was a night and day performance on Clintar here in that first round versus either of the rounds on Intergalactic Empire. I mean, this is an entirely new KSU saying, all right, you got that map. We're still here to play. We still want to win this. And now we're going to see if they can do it on their attack.
Yeah, I mean, again, they had a great defense, like you just said. Are they gonna? I mean, I'm gonna eat my words here immediately. I was gonna say, are they gonna do something special? But we see it immediately as they're already taking this interesting side route. The whole team going for this flank now. We are also keeping this Rocket. with Godspeed on that Luna as well. Already a fantastic flank. That Squirrel Girl from Dez is also an interesting pick as well. I think it's going to make it real tough for KSU as you can see Dez just spam down this hallway.
That ammo overload team up did come down from Rocket, but was unable to keep Magic up for too much longer to get much value out of it. We see this high ground kind of face off right now. Rocket does have the Sia ult up right now. Gonna see if he uses it. Not just yet. Still saving it. Apollyon will fall to the Frost turret. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami comes out from Dez. Grifty will do just fine picking up the stragglers now.
I'm a little surprised we saw Skulldigger get that ult up very, very quick. Much more fast, much quicker than the rest of the members of the game, at least. I'm surprised we didn't see that come down almost immediately. I think that would have really opened the door for KSU, even if just forced OSU back to give up some space. But I guess we did see Apollyon fall fairly quick. I think we're going to see Skull.
We're going to see
some
swaps.
Yeah, make a few swaps. Get the Hella and Cloak and Dagger. Looking for that more long range, but also aggressive type play style that you can get out of the Cloak.
Also enabling that new team up.
Could you mention that?
Yeah, the Hela and Thor at Ragnarok Rebirth going to be able to revive Thor if Hela gets a kill as he goes down.
You said new. I wasn't sure if it was something I missed out on in the patch
notes. No. Just newer, swapping off the Rocket Punisher.
For sure.
Good speed. Ooh, use that Fate of Both Worlds, but the Squirrel Tsunami will tear through and catch everyone in that ultimate. That was incredible. I know did get a nerf recently.
Yeah, Grifty with a few nice picks there. I want to comment again on Dez on this Squirrel Girl is just a phenomenal pick. We've seen Squirrel Girl, I believe it was yesterday or the week before, be picked from a team on the defense, and it was just absolutely insane how much it was able to do. It was up almost every single fight, just keeping that pressure, and really this point is just a few small little doorways that these teams are pushing through. So it just really is hard not to get value out of. It's just shooting fish in a barrel, I guess.
Loki finds that pick. Yeah, that was nice. Lauki on the Loki on this high ground with an army right now, just raining hellfire upon KSU there. Grifty still in this forward position, does have that Eye of Agamotto. You see Skulldigger swapping to that Fate of Both Worlds. Eileen on the Dark Child will be able to pick up one. Good speed gets caught by the Meteor M. Eye of Agamotto comes down to hit two. A reverse one for three. Farthy picks up one amidst it. Goddess of Death now coming down from Magic. One pick. Looking for a second is going to start to get blocked by Strange. We'll get revive on J-Mac there. Full HP tank now up and enabled on that point. Just the power of that team up. It's looking like this is overtime, but KSU just might cap it.
Yeah, it looks like off the back of just beautiful team play from KSU. Goodspeed getting up just in time for that final touch as well, just to keep the team up and alive, getting back that quick. Very impressive. We saw some nice picks from Eileen, and actually a very clutch, I believe we just saw a swap, but we saw, I think, Magic getting the revive onto Skulldigger with that Hella team up. I see Dez swapping to this Spider-Man actually is not something I was expecting to see, as well as Farthy on the Psylocke, and that's unfortunate to see Dez falling this soon as, I mean, the points were coming around the corner. Beautiful
Yeah,
ult though from
Namor.
good speed.
Yeah, definitely trying to keep everyone alive. A few did get caught by that Dance of the Butterflies. Apollyon did have a nice Eye of Agamotto there, but unable to really get the follow-up. Blankets will push back with the damage amp from that Luna Snow now. Yeah, Dez going the Spider-Man, knowing that magic is on that Namor is certainly a pick. In fact, gonna be diving him. Spider-Man going deep with that spectacular spin. Won't find anyone with that, but will catch Skulldigger with the uppercut.
Yeah, we will see. Ooh, very, very aggressive play from Farthy. Gets caught out though. Huge Eye of Agamotto from Grifty. Finding, I guess, just the whole team. The Eye of Agamotto didn't hit all, but OSU certainly did as they find a beautiful 6K off of that. But I'm just a little worried because even though that did put a stop, usually that's an ult you want to wait for overtime for, you know? We're going to see, yeah, we're going to see this very aggressive portal now. It's going to give KSU the space they need. Oh, but it's going to get counter portal. I don't think they can get through.
Oh, yeah, I think Grifty was able to place it. Oh, no, not quite. Yep. Able to get up now. God of Thunder coming down. J-Mac unable to find too much with that. Darkchild comes out from Eileen. Gonna be looking for anyone. Porta Proteus, it's huge. It's two. We'll pick up Dez with that Frost turret. Overtime now. KSU is not gonna want to leave this point.
For sure. I think we definitely will see a touch from OSU. This Dance of the Butterflies could be absolutely clutch from Farthy. Really force the members off the point. You're gonna see the Strange fly over.
Saw that Psylocke using the Dance of the Butterflies, unable to find much. Apollyon going on a little bit of a flank. Eye of Agamotto only hits blankets, but that is a great support pick. Leoki will fall as well.
Those both supports.
I don't believe OSU has, no supports. Good speed with that Fate of Both Worlds, able to keep everyone up.
Oh my god.
We'll be able to push it as OSU falls short and KSU will end up taking Clintar. I mean, they had to fight for it. They had to fight
Definitely.
for it. But they end up taking him.
From there, KSU, that was just a perfect show of ultimates. Just, I mean, even the Strange ult didn't need to be a big team ult. I think all it caught was Blankets, but Blankets was like 80-90% towards that ultimate for the Luna Snow, and that would have made an absolute difference for OSU. So seeing that from Apollyon, I mean, we see their goat speed now with that ult at the last minute.
Absolutely.
Just truly saving from the, I believe we saw the Dez ult as well, the Hulk on point, just in general, beautiful play from KSU, perfect showmanship on how to really come back from that. Don't commit all ults at once in overtime. You know you're going to have to fight a few more out. So that was very impressive from KSU, bringing this match to a 1-1. This is not over.
Absolutely not. Like I said, KSU potentially just taking that first map and just going, all right, you know, we see what they're bringing to the table. We know what they're going to try to do here. They banned out some of their threats and then just played even better than they did on that first one. I mean, like I was saying, going into the attack round for KSU, that this was already night and day. And after them picking up that win on that second map there, I mean, only high hopes for this third match. It's going to be one you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking to get into it. This third map is going to be the pick of OSU. I believe it will be Convoy. So it'll be interesting to see what they choose, as well as I'm very intrigued to see the picks and bans we see. If we're going to see the standard ones we've been seeing from the teams, such as that the Bucky, the Wolverine, the Storm, and the Star-Lord again, what are KSU going to opt for to keep this win going, and what are OSU going to change to make sure they can come back?
Absolutely, and it is good to mention that Clintar was KSU's pick after losing the first round. Now losing the second round, Spider Islands now, Tokyo 2099 is OSU's pick. So they are able to pick what they feel more comfortable on, what that team comp that they like to play is better on. And they're going to be taking us to Spider Islands here.
Yeah, for sure. We're also going to see KSU on the defense. I believe they do get to choose their side here. So they are going to offer that defense just like before. Had a bit of a nice hold as well. I think they had a little bit of they had a pretty solid starting hold, and then as well as
Absolutely.
the second point. So they definitely have a good hold. OSU on the attack. Going to be looking to see what they can run. Not going to see a ban at all from them. Maybe trying to force out a Wolverine ban to make them waste something, but that's going to leave up something. I mean, you can't have a Hela, Storm, you can't ban all the DPS heroes. OSU is going to get one of them.
Deciding that Bucky might be the worst of them all. Going to choose to ban him first before going into these saves. Magic is going to be saved out of the side of KSU.
Yeah, that's very unsurprising.
We see that Adam again.
We saw Eileen doing amazing work with that. Very strong against that strange Magneto.
Certainly was. Just a few more seconds. We will see OSU's ban or save. Which is that Luna Snow.
I think Goodspeed is going to be happy about that one with that Luna.
Absolutely. So will Blankets.
For sure.
They're having certainly a pretty legendary Luna off. Goat Speed and Blankets. Let's see if Blankets can strip that title just back to Good Speed,
Yeah, possibly. Seeing that Wolverine ban from OSU, not enjoying it. They know that it would be tough, but I don't know if we're gonna see KSU run it anyways. KSU will keep that Star-Lord ban though. Definitely gonna make it a little bit easier for Eileen on the melee character. But we are gonna see Farthy and Dez on the standard picks as well as Lava. It's like we're just seeing the standard team comp from OSU. I'm interested to see if Grifty here goes that Strange or the Thing.
Yep, there it is. You're going to see the Thing hovered. Similar to that first, the Control. A very similar team. Do you see Magic actually potentially hovering a Storm? Storm usually gets banned. We don't see him often, but would be... Oh, not so fast. Going back to that Namor.
I mean, not to put hate on the Namor, we saw Magic. I mean, I was shouting out Good Speed. We had a nice ult from JMac, but I feel like almost every single one of those ults were off the back of a beautiful ult from Magic, finding one or two with that whale, just dropping on the heads. Finding those opening picks is very important.
It certainly is. I mean, being able to secure those picks, certainly even more important. Oh, okay. All right. We are having a reset. I was going to say the defense is sleeping a bit. They are still in spawn as the attacker's about to walk out. But yeah, we are going to get a quick reset. It was good to mention there that last map, the Black Panther was not banned. It was enabled for Dez to play. Chose not to. I think that was potentially just because of the map and the mode. But on this convoy where they're going to be pushing right away, they are going to have that prominent backline. It will not surprise me if we see Dez just start racking up these numbers again on that Black Panther. And KSU is going to have to find a way to shut that down.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen before the biggest counter to something like a Black Panther is just a really obnoxious backline character. Is just team effort and just calling targets and making sure you're picking that, So we can definitely see KSU is very grouped. They know what they're doing. So it might be much harder for Dez because if you're on KSU and you see Dez and you say, hey, there's a Black Panther in the back line, You're not going to have just some random silver teammate ignoring it and running up into the front. You will have that whole team turn and put the pressure onto Dez. And Dez likely knows that and knows you just can't get away with that as the Black Panther. Obviously, there is the movement aspect, and I think that's why we saw that Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man just has so much more escape potential, similar to that Star-Lord as well.
Certainly, and as the rest of the members are getting back in, we will be able to get in pretty quickly here.
For sure.
I think we're just one. Could have been a quick technical issue. We did see, I believe, that's right. We did see the thing from Grifty because Dez was on the Black Panther and Farley was on that name. And I was saying it was similar to that control point. I mean, we saw them cause havoc, complete havoc, with a very similar comp. I'm curious if KSU did some game studying, if they recognized Dez's game on that Black Panther, and I mean, if they would have known, how bad it really was when OSU was enabled to play their main characters.
For sure. And, I'm really thinking about it now. I don't know the ECAC specific rules on this, but I mean, when it comes to the target banning and stuff like that, we're sitting in this lobby for a while. What's stopping the players from just viewing the profiles of their opponents, right? Just seeing who they're going to play and banning off that. Obviously, not very sportsmanlike and maybe just a little bit against just some morals, but I guess
Yeah, it
that
might
is
just have
something
to
they
be
could do.
a moral code,
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know. Me personally, I wouldn't like to know who I'm going up against. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. Knowing like some main characters would be cool, but I think getting that information from studying those VODs or something else would be way more beneficial as as you're trying to grow and hone this craft in this game. It's going to be a lot more beneficial than just right click, view profile, statistics. It doesn't have the same weight to it.
Yeah, definitely. You're getting a bit feisty between these teams. Yeah, I believe we should be rocking into this next match with the same bands, same map as well. Just waiting on a member of KSU to get back. I believe just some slight technical difficulties. No worries there.
Certainly. Uh, I forget exactly all the bands. I know we did have the skip coming from OSU. And then we had I believe it was Winter Soldier and was it Wolverine? Or was it the Star Lord?
I believe it from MS or from KSU. It was the
KSU, yeah.
Star-Lord, the Bucky, and I believe they protected the Hela. Or no, they
No, I don't. I
protected the
thought
Magic. They protected the Magic.
there. Yeah.
And then
That sounds about right.
we saw a skip from OSU, and then the Wolverine and protecting the Luna.
Yep, there we go. Certainly will be. We do have someone in. I don't know if was the exact account that was in.
I think we might
maybe
just be getting there's a possibility of a sub. No, Magic says this isn't our guy. Okay, so
all right.
yeah,
Just some random guy looking for a pickup game. I mean, hey, y'all playing Marvel Rivals? Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, as we see the lobby change to invite only at the top, I would hope that the lobbies were not open,
There
but
we go.
it appears.
That's why. All right. That's Apollyon almost got his spot taken by I'm not even we don't know.
Yeah,
Who
for
knows? Maybe
sure. I
that guy
mean,
was gonna be the best in the scene. He was just some rookie, looking for a come up. Almost had that open door. Sorry. That is all right. Now, all right,
yeah,
there we go. Getting back into this. We should see the same bands. Yep, same saves and bans. Both teams should know that.
yeah.
We did
I
see
believe
the
that was
defense.
established.
The defense was bobbling back and forth on what they actually wanted to go. So we are going to see what kind of comp they set in stone for this at least first defense hold here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a similar team like already locked for both members. I think it was just their go-to picks. We saw Leoki is actually on the Invisible Woman though this time instead of that Loki. Likely, my guess is just for those heals, but also it's gonna give Grifty that team up for the thing, getting that extra health regen, I believe.
I'm sorry, for which one?
The Invisible Woman, the Fantastic team up.
Yeah, it is a health regen. I believe it's based on incoming damage. Not exactly sure on that. But it is, some sustainability during the fight.
For sure.
There we
Important to note, we saw OSU with a ban onto that Thor. That is not something they picked before. They
That is
had the skip.
not. I don't know.
So
I don't know if that skip was because they realized someone lagged out, or I don't know if that was intentional.
I mean, that was yeah. I'm hoping we're getting some good, clean sportsmanship here from OSU, but I definitely know that Thor was not banned prior.
No, it was a skip ban. Like I said, maybe they skipped it kind of on accident because they weren't sure if the map was going to continue. We do see a lot of standing still. Maybe not. Oh, okay. Just loading
I
in.
think
All right.
that's
Nope.
yeah.
Both teams seem okay with it. I believe that was the call that it might have just gotten skipped on accident. They might have thought the map was being remade.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, unfortunately, we don't get to see J-Mac doing some work on that Thor, but
Yeah.
the Strange
star
is kind of the
character.
go-to pick. You see Lava hovering this Human Torch instead of the Magneto. That's not something I'm expecting to stay, yeah. But it would be fun. I don't think we've seen a Human Torch even picked yet for the ECAC.
Not
This
yet.
is the first week it's legal.
Yeah, we've seen a couple things here, but not Human Torch.
Yeah, definitely.
Not yet.
Rocking with the
Magic
2-2-2 for each team here. Oh, Dez already recognizing how I guess annoying these Namor turrets are gonna be, and just looking to get up here.
Magic is in a pretty solid position. Gonna have to start backing up now. Lava will find one. Farley finds two. OSU is starting to push through this door now without much resistance from KSU.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a quick take here from OSU. I'm interested to see. We should hopefully see a touch from KSU. I can't imagine why not. We're going to see Skulldigger swapping to that Loki now as well. I don't think we're going to be able to even get a touch. That's going to give OSU 5 minutes and 20 seconds to push this second point, and that is just an absolutely absurd amount of time as they're still getting pressured by OSU.
They certainly are. Horn of Proteus comes down from Farthy. I don't think found too much. Invisible boundary from Leoki. Able to keep everyone up. And Juice, they're just blowing through KSU's defense right now.
Yeah, it's hard to say what the
1v1
reason
here.
is. I believe we actually see Dez lose that. We just had to cut away to get a little pity.
Save some face. Yeah.
But I think J-Mac on that Strange is going to have such a hard time, especially into the thing. Again, we've mentioned this almost every single time it comes up, but
Fast Descent did just come down from Dez. Gonna find Magic fighting in the back here. Skull Digger swapping to that Luna Snow. I believe that is 2 Luna Snow ults. One's on damage, one's on heals. I mean, that's how you do it efficiently. 1 for one, 1 for the other. Oh, Meteor M won't even take her down.
I think we saw the Meteor M get blocked by Loki's and shield. Oh,
Agamotto, yeah, comes down from J-Mac. Unable to do too much though, as OSU is still just walking forward.
yeah, it did look a little promising, but unfortunately one pick is not going to be enough for KSU. As OSU
Another
is
Fast
still
Descent.
keeping this pressure up. Dez just doing work in this back line with 5 minutes left on this timer. The hold is looking tough for KSU. We're gonna have to see some swaps from them. I mean, your third point can't put a stop. Something's going wrong. You gotta figure out what it is.
We're seeing those shields as well from Lava go right down onto Dez. Trying to even help him more. Enable. Set him up as much as you can. Horner Proteus used close up. Will find Magic. Walking at the rest of the team, does have the invisible boundary to use. Counters the Dark Child as well.
Oh,
Keeping all the pressure down. Finding the picks.
yeah, we're just seeing a really tough spot for KSU. I mean, it looks like they're gonna get this cap. J-Max just barely gonna get to the point. Skull Digger gonna get the boundary down.
Lava holding this ult. Did find the support, but wasn't able to kill. A couple picks now from KSU. Starting to finally get their defense together on this last point.
Yeah, Farthy getting some good damage though from afar. And it looks like for the first time this push, just before the final point, oh, beautiful pick from Magic there. Just before the final point, we see OSU finally get stopped off of a few swaps. Apollyon switching to that Strange, off the Magneto, and J-Mac actually now on this thing. Looking pretty strong
Certainly
too,
is.
just causing a lot of damage, big disrupt. And that was off the back of actually getting Dez down for the first time as well.
Does have that clobbering time. Is just waiting to use it. Horner Proteus comes out. Great position. Goddess of Death to try and go against it. The Eye of Agamotto to set up the Goddess of Death. Gets blocked by that invisible woman's shield, I believe. Dez now dashing all around in the back line. Leoki with a couple picks of their own. Just J-Mac.
Oh.
Clobbering time, unable to land as he will get bursted. And OSU will push that 3-0 with 240 in their bank.
Yeah, we see OSU with just a hefty attack there. KSU just really struggling to find their footing. We saw just a little bit of a hold, little bit of resistance, but it just wasn't enough as eventually OSU built up to those ultimates and made some nice work out of them. So good job, OSU. Very effective push. KSU looking real rough right now.
They certainly are. We're seeing this defense, this chilling charisma, once again enabled by far the end blankets. We've seen this team up pretty prominent on the side of OSU here. I mean, we've definitely seen the kills as well coming from those Namor turrets. It's definitely worth the pick here. And OSU is definitely willing to pick it.
I have to say, I'm inspired to fight with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we see the just really nice team ups. I think that Grifty getting that extra survivability on the thing, using that Invisible Woman team up, as well as that Luna Snow team up for Farthy. We saw them just doing incredible work. It seemed like almost every single fight was a pick or two from Farthy, just sitting in that back line with those turrets and just doing absolute work.
We did just see Farther use all 3 turrets. I hope he knows he can only have 2 active. We did get rid of that first one. Come on, Farther. I believe in you. That was just a misclick.
Oh, I do
Magic.
believe you can have 3 down using that team up.
Can you?
Yeah, using the team up.
I thought it
does
takes
act as a
away
third.
one of them.
No, I don't think so.
We'll
I'm
have
sure
to
though.
test that later. Farthy finds a pick with one of those turrets. One of the 2 or the 3. Onto Eileen, sending them back to spawn. Thrifty using this charge, getting a little extra health. Going in donuts right now. Invisible Boundary comes out from Goodspeed and Laoki. Fight on point, but no one's really gonna die as of right now. Omega Hurricane coming down from Magic. A pick almost comes through. We'll finally find Laoki. Goodspeed though, with 2 picks of their own.
Oh, wow.
Really starting to allow KSU to push up here. Gain some traction with this cart.
Yeah, good
And
speed
we
really
hit a
living up to
portal.
the name as we get a beautiful pick. Yeah, Portal possibly trying to, my guess is locking OSU in here, not able to get that touch. We'll have to see. Yeah, there it is. I do have a feeling they're able to just walk right around that though, so it's a bit of a
Yep,
waste.
just squeeze right by it. So close, but yet so far. Lava will find Apollyon. Few more picks for OSU now. They will start to defend this and run off KSU's attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate to see that from Apollyon. I think possibly if you're up there, maybe getting a little more damage out instead of placing that portal, you could have had that Eye of Agamotto. That's all right, because I do believe in KSU. We've seen what they're capable of. Have a lot of ults to work with, though. Farthy just unmatched on this Namor, getting some amazing picks.
Certainly is. I mean, we see it constantly in the kill feed. Just getting those picks down time and time again. It's amazing to see. You'd love to see it if you're on the side of OSU. Dez with that ultimate finding one. Lava finding a second. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of a spawn camp start to start here.
Yeah, just a little bit. Good speed, getting aggressive. Trying to make some
Does have that
space as the
invisible boundary.
support. A lot of ults now for KSU. A lot to work with. 5 building up to that 6 now, while OSU is only building up to that 4. One of them missing a support.
Gold Digger did transform into the Invisible Woman for that invisible boundary. Goodspeed will retain his for right now. Oh, nice play with the Invisible Woman as well. Able to take down Farthy. Agamotto comes down to hit 3 members of OSU. Darkchild out now from Eileen. Dashing all around, finding the picks they need. I think that was Laoki hiding behind a bus to escape the Darkchild.
Yes, we're
KSU
seeing great
will
ult.
finish pushing.
Great ult from Eileen. Some honestly amazing picks from good speed there. Some nice picks. As we now see just 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the timer for KSU. Almost half the time that KSU had pushing into this second point. They're going to have to make quick work of this if they want to live up to what OSU had on the attack.
They certainly will, and we see Farley on this high ground yet again with those turrets. Just once again raining down these shots. Just pounding away. Does have that ultimate. Clobbering time did come out from Grifty there. Starting to get some picks, and this defense seems to be stopping the attack just outside of their new spawn doors.
Yeah, we're seeing Dez on the the Hawkeye now, and we are seeing KSU holding this spawn door up. And while we do have this, I want to make a quick note. Please be respectful to both teams. Both teams here are playing for the win. Absolutely no room though here in the ECAC for some toxicity, so please be respectful. So moving to this next fight, though, lots of ults built for both sides. I think it's come down. Nice pick from Magic, though, onto Dez.
We see this Goddess of Death now coming down from Magic. Invisible Boundary from Leoki, trying to defend the entire team. Eye of Agamotto will hit 3 though. Second, good speed, Invisible Boundary coming just a little bit later. Definitely a little bit better though, I would say. Able to keep everyone alive, just a little bit more sustainability.
For sure, 60 seconds left, just a little under. KSU is gaining their momentum again. And I'm hoping to see them keep this going because I would love to see this map go into an overtime.
Certainly would too. These two teams have definitely brought their all tonight. I mean, leaving it all out on the field here. Clobbering time comes out, is huge. I believe hit 4 of the members of KSU. Dez picks up Eileen just outside of it in that invisible boundary by Skulldigger now.
Oh, but we're
Just
seeing
again,
KSU with some great damage. No!
Skulldigger jumps up and gets pushed off by Leoki there. Meteor M doesn't find the pick, but the auto attack will. This is spelling doom for KSU. Farley with a pick and a Horn of Proteus. Everyone will be off. That is very unfortunate for KSU.
Yes, and as the timer hits 0, that is going to be a 3-1 victory now for OSU, bringing the score to 2-1, and a fantastic show. I mean, that was great from both teams there. Very exciting. OSU just really came together in the end. We saw some phenomenal picks. Leoki here, we saw a phenomenal environmental kill at the end. And as well as, I want to say Farthy on that Namor, just doing work. I mean, you can see it there on the scoreboard. Most kills, most damage in the game. Just very impressive, putting a lot of pressure on from KSU. KSU on their side also did pretty well. They definitely made the swaps where they tried to. I think it just came down to what team was able to use their ultimates in different ways. And unfortunately, OSU was just a little bit better with their picks, a little bit better with their positioning. So unfortunate to see that loss if you're a KSU fan, but GG's to both teams and congratulations to OSU for the win.
Certainly. I mean, both teams definitely showed up to play. This did go into the map 3 here. All around, really tough. Great showing from both teams. And we do see OSU walk away just shyly with that victory in map 3. I believe we are going to take a quick break. Or actually, I'm not sure if we will be able to find a game. But we might take a break just to see if we can. And if not, we will still come back and end the stream properly. So we will see you in just a few minutes.
Yep, see you guys in just a few.
Welcome back. We have a quick game just before the cutoff. We are looking at KSU now, looking to come back from that unfortunate loss. Very, very close game there. Now on the record of 8-2, trying to make that 9-2. Now facing off against Ragin' Cajun Esports on a current record of 8-4.
They certainly are. We did see Raging Cage last night, I believe. That was against CCNY, and they did walk away with a victory after that one.
Yeah, so
That
definitely
did go to a map 3, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we love some map 3s here. I'm glad we were able to fit this game in last minute, especially with the late start tonight, but I'm excited to see this. We did see KSU again play fairly well in that last game, so we already know what to expect from them. What I wasn't expecting, however, was the Mr. Fantastic ban.
Yeah, I'm wondering if... no, I shouldn't say that's a target ban, really. I mean, we didn't see them banning it last game, but, I mean, I'm not sure. Because we definitely saw the Raging Cajun using that Mr. Fantastic last night. And this could just
Definitely.
be another case of KSU studying some footage.
Yeah, for sure. I know we saw, I believe it was Epultra hovering it now, but Epultra last night causing some havoc with that. Opting for the tank pick, though, on the Strange instead. Good speed with that Luna ban, or I should say KSU was the one that banned the Luna at least. Good speed's going to have to opt for that Invisible Woman for the first time tonight. As well as Skulldigger on that cloak. So we're seeing quite a mix-up in the team comp as well. J-Mac on the Strange, Pauline on the Hulk. Big changes other than that Eileen Magic player.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, swaps all around. We did see from the bans, I mean, that this is just what we're going to go into. I'm all for the swaps. I mean, all coming off a like that. It also doesn't feel, it doesn't feel too crazy. Maybe, try another comp. You did just, like I said, come off of that unfortunate loss. So why not, right off that coattails, try some new stuff, really get into it.
For sure. We'll be jumping right into the action as we have two fairly aggressive comps, not to mention this Hulk Strange team up from both sides is surprising to see off the bat. That's a little bit rare, but it's like we're just going to see quite a few Hulks punching through some shields.
We certainly do for right now. Magic will be the first one to kick it off with a pick on the Regretti. I lean onto it. Poltra then. DPS finding some picks. J-Mac with an explosion will kill Radlum. As KSU did start capping this point now.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing the point turn for KSU as they're slowly pushing Raging Cajun back, but Raging Cajun not letting any time run out as they're already pushing back up. I do like this Regretti on the Namor. I think is going to cause a lot of damage, assuming they're able to land these hits through the shields. As an aggressive ult comes out from Skulldigger.
Yeah, Skulldigger using that Eternal Bond to go deep into Raging Cajun's backline. As KSU is able to just find the picks off the back of that, will able to get the Hulk out. Back to Bruce Banner.
Yeah, and
I'm
I'm wondering if you
from Raging Cajun.
If you are as Banner and you walk to spawn, swap to a hero, and then swap back, are you able to get back as the Hulk, but just lose your ult percentage?
Yeah, I would assume so. You'd probably just respawn as Banner, and then just have to Hulk out again. But I think you would lose your percentage. Or I don't know. I have no idea how that works.
Interesting
Natobi,
thought.
however, yeah, I mean, another thing for us to test. This game is still very new. Hershey
Good speed.
Blowing Godstar, good speed, straight off the point. Picks now coming down from Raging Cajun.
Yeah, as we do see, I mean, KSU had a pretty good hold there. 92 is not bad for the first hold. Raging Cajun now likely going to have to make this a 100% because, I mean, 92, if you're dying, if your team's losing that point, high probability you're not going to be able to get back for that 100% touch. But, I mean, the ultimate economy is looking really good for Raging Cajun. They do have that Hulk smash. They do have the Eye of Agamotto building up to this invisible boundary now. They're going to get real aggressive, Apollyon, with this Hulk smash.
Did get exiled. Will be able to find that Hulk smash just before he gets taken out. JMac will find the explosion. Killing 2 now. Both supports dead for Raging Cajun. Goddess of Death as well from Magic. An Eye of Agamotto committed though from Epultra.
That is not something you want to see, especially with where the point is at. I think that was 4 members of Raging Cajun down too, if not all of the members down. Now you're going in this next one without that Eye of Agamotto. I do see it as the last-ditch attempt, kind of all or nothing, but in this game, I mean, you keep roll between rounds, you might as well just call that a loss and use that to help win this next point.
Certainly, and like, even if you are going to make that swap, why not get at least 50% towards that next hero's ultimate charge? Instead of maybe just throwing it by the wayside, could help you maybe get an even first point here as it's unlocking. I mean, it's definitely not unheard of. We've seen it. DPS supports charging those ultimates very early.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're seeing Epultra swap to that Wolverine and trade for the role with Regretti here, but we're seeing a little smile for the camera here from the
Say
Wolverine
cheese.
Hulk.
Absolutely.
These teams are running the standard 2-2-2, but I didn't even notice that Wolverine was unbanned. I mean, that's going to be real tough if you're KSU, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap from somebody like Magic or Eileen to that now.
Certainly, I mean, Eternal Bond coming out early from Skulldigger. The rest of the team of KSU will help pick up those kills. Apollyon finishing it off with a pick onto Radlom. As this point opens, KSU will be all over it.
Definitely. And I mean, now still looking at the ults, even after that, it's pretty even. We're going to have this Hulk smash and that Kraken impact, which will be scary. But I do think we will see good speed build up to this invisible boundary before that happens. So I doubt we'll see too much value from Raging Cajun. We will have to see, as it looks like the teams are just going to push right on the point, kind of avoiding this choke, and that's all thanks to Radlom just being able to jump right past them with the aggression of this Hulk smash.
Oh, yeah, we saw that Hulk smash immediately get exiled. Eileen is going to come out of that invisible boundary with that Darkchild pop. Did get Eye of Agamotto, but unable to... Oh, no, did get picked up by Radlom. In that Hulk smash, able to find a few picks and swing the point in Raging Cajun's favor.
Yeah, that's very good if you're Raging Cajun. I mean, seeing KSU commit 2 or 3 ults even and still going down compared to, I believe, just the 2 from Raging Cajun being the tanks. Definitely a welcome trade. Apollyon, though, out of Hulk, needing to get back. Gonna stall KSU's
smoke bombs.
just a bit.
I believe those smoke bombs give you 10% of Banner's ult, regardless if you hit an enemy. Epultra finding a pick onto JMac. Definitely what you want to see your Wolverine doing, focusing those tanks. Does damage based on max HP. Gonna be an absolute tank shredder.
Yeah, definitely. We do see the ults now mostly in favor of KSU. However, Epultra with this Wolverine ult, I do think is going to make a big difference if it's hitting the right targets. Could absolutely shred those tanks.
Very well could.
Apollyon pushing up a little bit. Able to use this Hulk smash though.
Goddess of Death comes down from the Hela. Eternal Bond all over point. Golddigger and Juro. Last stand will spike the Hulk and the Strange off the point, enabling Regretti to just get this amazing Agamotto. But before getting those picks, Goodspeed will get this invisible boundary off, able to keep everyone up one last time. Hulk will get turned into banner, but so will Raging Cajuns, as I believe the point will finally swap now.
And not over yet, as they still have over 60% to push. And I do want to put a little more emphasis on Goodspeed there. I mean, we saw the Eye of Agamotto and Mitobi's Kraken Impact hitting most members of KSU, but Goodspeed able to get that invisible boundary down was just very clutch and definitely saved the point for them, and could be the this map deciding factor here if they're able to come back.
Absolutely, definitely would not have been able to turn that fight around without that support ult. Eileen with the Dark Child, Hershey with a support ult of their own, invisible boundary being the response to such a heavy DPS ult like that. Gets taken out before it hits. A massive Eye of Agamotto though from JMac will help KSU find these picks, and as his points now getting very close to this 100%, I don't know.
Looks like we might see the touch.
Okay, we do
and I
see
think
a touch.
that might open the window for the Strange portal from Regretti.
No,
Not even.
Had to be a little closer.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
And that's going to just be the first point now in favor of KSU. Doing a phenomenal job there.
Absolutely, and like you said, that very clutch invisible woman ult from Goodspeed definitely was the swing there. Would not have been able to withstand that storm without those support ults. Great plays. We even see Skulldigger finding the MVP in incredible support plays from the side of KSU here.
Yeah, I mean, even just the healing gap from Skulldigger, not saying that Goodspeed or the members of Raging Cajun aren't doing great heals. It's just that Cloak and Dagger doing so much, really doing a good job keeping that team up. And it's really, it's not too hard to, or it's pretty easy to get that many heals, especially with that Hulk and that Strange. Takes a lot of work to keep them up. So a little unsurprised there, but again, great work to the supports on both teams, but especially KSU there. We are going to see this next map, though, is going to be Raging Cajun's choice of the Convergence. And I believe last time we saw them, they were on Clintar. That is usually the go-to pick for teams as well.
Certainly is. We've seen a couple I can't remember it now. The Shin Shibuya as well. I don't think we've seen the new map yet. What is that one? Empire State? I can't remember.
It's Central Park.
Central Park. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, we did see, I believe yesterday actually, we saw the payload variant. But I don't think we did see the Convergence. Like we did see the older one from when Invincible Woman and Mr. Fantastic got added, but
yeah, I don't believe we saw the Human Torch thing map. That's all right though. Believe they're just figuring out the settings before we get into our next match. We're gonna see if Raging Cajun goes for some swaps here. We will be going to Shin Shibuya, Tokyo 2099 for this Convergence.
For sure, important to note, as always, will the teams be target banning what they saw last game, going for what they know worked for the other team, or will they just be doing what they can to prevent what they want to run now?
Important to note
gonna
as well
see.
the swap of the team colors as well, as we're now going to see Raging Cajun on the defense in the blue and KSU in the orange on the attack.
With a Mr. Fantastic ban remaining prevalent for the side of KSU.
Yeah, they really don't want to give that up.
I'm definitely thinking that has to be something for Epultra. We definitely saw them running it, and a great showing at that. With a Hella ban and a Hulk save. It will be passed to KSU to finish their saves and their last ban.
Yeah, gonna let Eileen keep that magic up. As we have seen that power, especially against the Strange as well.
Certainly, I mean, a lot of those Dark Childs that Eileen was able to get down were just simply being responded with the support ult from the side of Raging Cajun, and it just wasn't able to do as much as you'd like to see a magic ult do. We might have to see just a little more patience from Eileen, maybe trying to bait out that support ult first before immediately popping that Dark Child.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely think that those support ults coming out, there isn't too much to bait them out. I mean, usually Hulk Smash isn't a big call for that. Support ults as well, not a big call for that. So usually it is just the Dark Child. We are actually, however, going to see the Psylocke pick. I think we'll put a little more pressure on that, especially where Psylocke is able to be in that backline, putting some pressure on those supports. Might really try and force those out. So, like you said, so I think it might be just a few better Dark Childs for Eileen.
Absolutely, and with Magic on that Psylocke, they are going to get that dimensional shortcut team up with Magic. Eileen on that Magic, being able to essentially rewind time and regain HP to a few seconds ago, really enables just a whole nother level of playing, you know, pretty dangerous. You can go overextend just a little bit, and if you do get caught out, well, you just press your team up button and you're right back to where you were a couple seconds ago, like nothing happened.
For sure, and that definitely is a strong ability. We're going to see, I do want to mention, we really don't see Shin Shibuya on Convergence picked much. Occasionally on the payload, but definitely not on the Convergence. We are going to see similar comps, though, from Raging Cajun, rocking with Epultra on that Wolverine. However, KSU, big pull on
we saw Paul get spiked off there, speared straight down into the point. Ultra is ready for this Wolverine play, as it seems like KSU is struggling to really get their foot in the door here.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing this Hulk just having a hard time getting around, as we did see last time. Ultra just grabbing them and pulling them straight to point. I think it's going to be hard. I think if we see the Hulk put a little more pressure on this Strange and the Strange Shield, as well as the DPS pressuring the backline a little more, it could look much better for KSU.
It certainly could. We have Regretti finding Magic and Eileen finding Chi. A couple of nice picks. The Cloak and Dagger from Skulldigger, trying to keep everyone up. Good speed, using that invisible boundary on this point. Skulldigger finds Epultra in that cloak. An Eternal Bond comes out from Skulldigger as well as Juro. This fight is just ever continuing on point. It is good to note that KSU did not even get a tick. An Eye of Agamotto comes down from JMac.
Yeah, he's shut down though by the...
Yeah, responded right away with an eye from Regretti. Apollyon, though, who is Hulk smashing, as well as Eileen just going in and slashing, finding all the picks they need.
Yeah, looks like that finally is going to close it out for KSU after a long-fought battle. Capping it with about 1:30 on the clock, bringing the timer just about 4 minutes. Gonna be decent attack chances here. Not though if Vulture gets a pull like that onto Apollyon. It's gonna be hard to get out after that.
Certainly will be. We do see Apollyon
Damage.
on the back foot and just kind of walks. Presses the S and, you know, just walks back. Nitobi facing the wrong way. Magic is behind. This Psylocke now does have that ult. Gonna wait for that invisible boundary to go away.
For
So
sure.
that was a friendly.
As we do see,
Raging Cajun is still pushing. Or I'm sorry, KSU is still pushing.
Yeah, KSU still having a decent attack here. Raging Cajun still looking for the kind of the foot in the door, trying to figure out what they can do. Not making any swaps though. And I mean, if you're still falling back, there's not much more you can rely on other than just changing the way your team is playing and positioning, how you're communicating to each other. And that's not always something we can see on our end. It's only reflected in the gameplay.
There we see that dance of the butterflies. It's immediately responded by 2 support ults. Called the Invisible Boundary and Eternal Bond come out there. Eileen now gonna be free to use that Dark Child. This is exactly what we were saying. Picks up Hershey, still in this backline, dashing around, finds Nitobi and Regretti. And I mean, that's exactly what we were saying needed to happen for these Dark Childs to be more influential in these fights.
For sure, and we see that happen exactly there. Are going to see a slight touch. We do see Radlom with the Hulk smash, able to get this long contest, which will really open the opportunity for Raging Cajun to get something big here.
Nitobi on that Kraken impact, second refresh. I believe with the Eternal Bond coming down though, that will be the last refresh. Not able to get it back up. Fight will go on. Agamotto comes down from Regretti. I don't believe hit anyone on the side of KSU there. That will find Skulldigger. Ticks now for Raging Cajun on this point.
Yeah, I mean, with just, I think it was about 1 meter left. Raging Cajun making this hold, although we will see this hold committed from Joro. Yeah, just to further hold this, finally put a stop to KSU. I think that was, again, just off the back of Radlom with the very aggressive Hulk smash just for that contest. Very nice. And, yeah, I mean, it's looking a little tough. We do see KSU building up a lot of ults again, already having that Dance of the Butterflies. J-Mac with that Eye of Agamotto and the Dark Child. And only 1 support ult from Raging Cajun to answer.
Certainly, we have a fight going down right now. Vulture using that last stand. Eileen now in the back with that Dark Child yet again. Spinning around, slashing everyone away. Apollyon finds the Bruce still onto Wolverine there. Gotta love to see it. Now back
Definitely not something
as
you
the
see every
whole.
day. These tanks on Raging Cajun still stalling. Agamotto doesn't find much though.
Yeah, not finding too much. Invisible Boundary from Goodspeed as well as the Eternal Bond from Skulldigger. Trying to keep everyone alive. Juro with an Eternal Bond of their own. Since it was used a little later on, it might be able to keep everyone alive. Juro and Eileen now with picks. 2 down for the side of Raging Cajun. I mean, it's incredible that this fight is still going on.
I mean, we have almost all members of both teams here. Not anymore as 2 gets
Ooh.
picked up from KSU, but he Pultra finds 3!
With that last stand, taking down a lot of the members. Raging Cajun is now looking to defend this What a hero play
Wow.
from Epultra on that Wolverine.
That definitely is not something I was expecting to see. I thought it was finally over for Raging Cajun for that second point, but I guess I was immediately proven wrong. Unfortunately, too, we saw J-Mac not able to get to that point with that Eye of Agamotto either. Being able to use that could have been a game changer, but just unfortunately not able to get there as they're held short just of the second point. Now swapping over to the defense to hopefully do a little bit of a better job than they did on the attack.
And we did see a lot of Hulks on that point, just ulting for that long stall, like you were saying. It's very hard to kill them right away. It's such a massive HP pool. And then when you have even just one healer being able to put some kind of sustain on it, it becomes almost an impossible feat if you don't have everyone focusing their fire.
For sure. I mean, it's kind of similar to a Captain America where Cap just goes on point, runs around, takes a bunch of damage, isn't necessarily doing a lot of damage, but is just contesting that point. The big difference, though, with the Hulk is that team up giving the Strange that extra damage, as well as, I guess, allowing Radlum to throw Epultra around if you wanted to as well. But majorly just buffing up those Stranges, giving the extra damage to help out getting the damage through the support ults, but still very important picks. And just in general, the contest is strong. Are going to see the Strange Portal, however, from Regretti onto this high ground, immediately onto the team.
Right back to what we were just doing, just an all-out team brawl on this high ground. Building already into Roof, taking off the thing. Trying to be fighting on point now. KSU has the Skull Digger up top. Magic's going to be playing that long range, the Punisher. Putting down some of those suppressive shots, getting that rocket ammo overload team up. They get a res onto J-Mac.
Yeah, we do see quite a few nice picks from Raging Cajun, as it's immediately looking just a little grim for KSU.
It just might be. I mean, we do have a few picks now coming from Raging Cajun. They just need a few more to really seal this deal, and they will get them. And I believe this is way faster than KSU took this.
Yeah, much quicker with almost a minute and 15 exactly more than KSU. And I mean, when looking at the long run of it, though, a 4-minute defense versus a 5-minute defense, it's not too different. And if you're KSU, you're thinking if Raging Cajun could do it, we can do it too. We just got to do what they did, run that Hulk as the contest. Big difference, though, I was going to say is the Epultra on that Wolverine is going to take care of it much better. However, we do see Magic on this Punisher. I think it's going to be able to do just as well, if not better, because not only is it going to affect just the tanks, but the whole team in general. That DPS is hard to outmatch.
Absolutely is. We see a nice pull there from Nitobi onto Magic, being able to shut down that Punisher with the final judgment there. No ult off, getting pulled out, good speed. Nitobi is still fishing for these hooks. Eye of Agamotto lands on a few members of Raging Cajun. Unable to find too much though. Skull Digger down, laying down this Eternal Bond. Magic did ult during that.
Yeah, but a lot of damage out, and actually able to keep J-Mac up, as we did see them fall very low to Epultra. We are going to see KSU making their stand. Not a big fan of that Apollyon ult commit, though. I mean, that seems like that was used in an already winning fight.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what they were going for with that. I mean, they have plenty of time in their bank. They just really need to stack some ults and hit KSU all at once. Really take them down. Darkchild from Eileen, knowing that the support ults are on cooldown, being able to just roam freely in this backline. Slash, slash, dash, dash. What can you do against that? Beautiful play here from Eileen. Looking for the Strange in the back as well.
Might get
but
a
we'll
little
picked
too
by
aggressive,
Radlom.
though. I mean, at what point you kill 4? At what point do you deem that enough and just back off? And I think that might just be being a little overzealous from Eileen and forcing the rest of your team to back up because of it. I do think it's not necessarily bad, though. It's going to let the team to play much more together. Force Raging Cajun down a one-way alley, getting a huge pick under regret. He didn't even notice. Magic swapping to this Bucky now. Gonna have this Kraken impact up any second. And Toby finding Eileen though again.
Yeah, Toby's landing these shots right now. Incredible stuff to see. J-Mac did use that Eye of Agamotto. Good speed with the responsive invisible boundary. Magic did just use their Kraken impact. See picks now for Raging Cajun. Hulk Smash coming out from Apollyon, about to be answered by one from Radlom.
Yeah, definitely unable to get that reset on that Kraken impact, but still putting a lot of pressure up. A minute 40 left on the clock and only about 20 meters left to go. If you're KSU, you need to put the work in and get this defense, and that's exactly what Apollyon is for.
Absolutely is. Ooh.
Oh, just an attempt at a touch from Eileen, but a quick shutdown from Toby.
Regretti just out and about using that Eye of Agamotto and Skull Digger, which will get picked up by Radlom. Not a bad connection. Nitobi again finding these picks, finding these secures. There's another one on the good speed. Regretti finding Apollyon.
Oh no.
And before the Dark Child will come out, Nitobi will find Eileen too.
And I don't know if we'll see a touch from KSU, as that will round up the map for Raging Cajun, bringing this match to a 1-1 score. And I won't lie, I certainly wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting the clutch hold from Raging Cajun, not to mention that incredible offense. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. We saw Radlom with these amazing contests. We see the MVP here, lots of damage. Epultra just absolutely shredding KSU as well. There's a lot to unpack there. Eileen with some amazing Darkchild ultimates. I think it just really came down to the team coordination and KSU maybe just pushing up a little too far just a few times. Like I said earlier, we saw Eileen with a nice Darkchild, but maybe get a little too aggressive. I think maybe after 4, you don't need to try and 2v1 the tanks. You can just back off.
Absolutely. Recognizing that you have cleaned up the team. That push is dead. They will have to go again. GG's to both teams. Like you said, Raging Cajun walking away with it today.
Well, no,
KSU did fight hard.
I believe it's the current score is 1-1. It is not over. Just Raging Cajun winning that map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was. Oh, yes, that is very true. Apologies there. We will be going to the third map then.
Yeah, very exciting. We haven't had a stream this late yet, so I am excited, especially because of the late start tonight. Going to this third
Sorry
map
for keeping
now.
everyone up past their bedtimes. But Yigsguard calls Raging Cajun and KSU going to this map 3 now for the decider.
Yeah, by choice of KSU as well, going to this map. Again, for the picks and bans, I don't know. I'm expecting KSU to possibly just immediately get rid of that Wolverine. Recognize that was a big issue. Maybe even get rid of that Hulk. Let's stick with this Mr. Fantastic ban. I think they know what Epultra's capable of on that Mr. Fantastic. Pretty renowned. And if you're KSU, you do not want to see it. Raging Cajun getting rid of that Hella as well.
Oh, and then they go right for that Wolverine save. Gonna say, if you don't ban it immediately, we're just gonna save it. You know?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's almost like a lose-lose. If you ban the Wolverine, they're gonna save the Fantastic. You ban the Fantastic, they're gonna save the Wolverine.
Yeah. And I'm sure KSU has realized that and deeming Mr. Fantastic the worst of two evils, but not going to go for a save, actually.
Yeah, looking like gonna opt for not. I really don't know what the benefit to that is. Gonna ban the Hulk though. Did kind of expect that. The Radlom on that Hulk just doing work. We're gonna see Raging Cajun banning this Black Panther here.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see a magic ban or save really from. I mean, I would have expected KSU to save and Raging Cajun to ban, but not at all. Saying, you know, bring it on some more.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a couple swaps, which is why I think because of that Hulk ban, that's going to leave Apollyon on the tank to switch up the role a bit, possibly into what JMac typically plays, and I think that's going to force Eileen off the DPS into the tank. So we're definitely seeing a swap of roles as well as the characters, with instead of that magic, seeing the Magneto, as well as JMac on the Hawkeye, which we did see a little bit of in our last match.
We usually see JMac on that tank role. Now bringing out that Hawkeye might not have the Magneto quite in the hero pool as a staple just yet. Still working on the pick, realizing that their teammate does have that Magneto in their hero pool, and being able to recognize that and make that swap, I think is very crucial for KSU, and you really love to see it.
For sure, starting off immediately here with the again the 2-2-2, both running the same supports, running the almost the same DPS. Ultra's still gonna opt for that Wolverine, Natobi, and Magic, still on this Bucky Winter Soldier pick. JMac though, I'm interested to see what they're able to pull off with this Hawkeye and if it's worth it, because you got to shoot through that Strange Shield. But I think that damage is going to be enough to take care of Radlom just a little bit out of position.
Certainly will be. Falling first. Regretti now getting picked. Eileen on a tear right now. We did see JMac finding one as well as Goodspeed. KSU seems to be all over this Raging Cajun defense.
For sure. I mean, when you lose your tanks just that fast, it's going to be pretty quick as the rest of the team falls. But I think we will see a decent contest from Raging Cajun. So we do see Radlom on the thing, just going to make a stop.
We do see the invisible boundary being committed by Hershey there. Just trying to help secure the point. As they do, now being able to push off all of KSU.
Yeah, it's going to force KSU back to spawn, but they might come back fairly quick. It'll be interesting. A lot of ults now, building up to the support ults from both sides. KSU is going to have the advantage of having 2 compared to the 1 that Raging Cajun has, allowing them to use this Cloak and Dagger ult aggressively.
They did use that aggressively, which forces Juro to use their Eternal Bond. And now Goodspeed still has that invisible boundary for a situation like right now, but 2 people did already get picked. Regretti with a huge Eye of Agamotto will be able to help everyone fight through that ult, and they will win that.
That's just absolutely massive. We saw the Kraken impacts going back and forth both ways, as well as Goodspeed's barrier there, but just as it ended, we see that wonderful Eye of Agamotto finding, I think it was 3 or 4. Very nice. And now we pull Ultra with this ult. Last stand, wrong one, but the Wolverine ultimate can be able to put up a lot of pressure. Hershey now as well with the invisible boundary. Although we will still have several ults from KSU available.
Poltra recognizing that Hawkeye did go for the ult and pulling him back. Invisible boundary on the point for Hershey will help Radlom take down Apollyon. As KSU is once again forced off this point, they just have to regroup. A nice pick from Magic onto Natobi there as they're retreating.
For sure.
Should give them a nice boost.
45 seconds left as KSU is looking to take this. Oh, wow. What a pull from Epultra.
Regretti going for that Eye of Agamotto. I believe did find one or two. Something insane. Meteor M finding a home with Juro. Eileen will seal the deal on that. Clobbering time comes out from Radbomb.
Yeah, but it's
Seems
not
like
seeing...
the picks are going KSU's way though.
I don't know if I'm seeing a reality where Raging Cajun is able to stop this first point now. Although we will see a strange portal possibly from Apollyon trying to stop possibly Regretti's portal.
He's just watching.
Yeah, he's
running
just
some
taking a look.
surveillance.
He's saying, go,
Yeah, even
could take a plunge off the map there. I'm not really sure what that was. He's droning up ahead.
yeah, he was doing some reconnaissance work. Spies from the shadows, maybe.
I mean, for sure.
Getting this point moving now on the
Oh.
second. The pull onto the storm will spell misfortune for Magic. A nice dash into the claws from Wolverine will help secure Apollyon.
Yeah, as we're now seeing KSU put to an end once again, stopped in their way. Magic on the Storm is definitely an interesting pick, and it'll be hard for Epultra to deal with. However, not much when Natobi's able to land pulls like that. See the Hawkeye ult pop now.
Yeah, Hunter's Sight coming out from J-Mac, being able to shoot these after images to still deal that damage to the opponents. Definitely critical. We saw him tearing through. Strange invisible boundary from Goodspeed and Hershey. An invisible fight on point. A nice Eye of Agamotto to help secure some picks.
For sure, as we saw, yeah, again, wonderful Eye of Agamotto from Apollyon, as well as the invisible boundary from Goodspeed. Hershey committing the barrier as well. Now 5 ults though from Raging Cajun, one of which could be a very big Eye of Agamotto,
Ooh.
hitting 2.
Did get pushed away though, I believe, by Goodspeed's ability. Regretti does find J-Mac. Meteor M not being able to put away the support this time. Magic with that Omega Hurricane on point. Unable to find any secures as well. The healers for Raging Cajun doing an outstanding job being able to keep everyone alive during all of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really surprising. 5 seconds left. Do you even see a contest from KSU? That portal's on cooldown because of the little surveillance we saw earlier.
Very true. Potentially might have been a fatal mistake from Apollyon. Now does not have that portal available.
Yeah, very unfortunate if you're KSU, but still decent distance capped, similar to last point. Are you going to be able to have a better hold than you did attack, though? Are you going to be able to hold Raging Cajun at that first point, or even before where you were on that second? I do think it's going to require quite a few swaps. I don't think they're putting enough pressure on this thing. I think that the Natobi as well, just getting a lot of value out of these pulls, even against this double shield. I just think in general, looking at the team comp, the Wolverine combined with the thing punching through those shields is just maybe a little too much to handle if you're KSU.
Absolutely, and we're gonna have to see what this defense holds for us. We are seeing, I believe, just the exact same comp. Magic on the Winter Soldier, J-Mac back on the Hawkeye. With the double shield tanks as well. Pretty standard defense.
For sure, for sure. Again, like, I would like to see some possible swaps, but I think we will have to see what Raging Cajun does on the attack first. Maybe it's a little bit different. The positioning is swapped. The angles and everything you're playing are much different. Maybe it'll be a little harder to get into the attack or in the back line of KSU. Having to push forward instead of letting the enemy come to you, that melee-esque comp might be a little harder to run. Already we see the thing
Very
Wolverine
well.
up in the top, ready to dive.
They certainly are, and for one last time, we are going to see Raging Cajun now taking on this KSU team. Regretti falling critically low, being able to be kept alive. Still up, ready to fight. Not many picks have come down just yet. I believe that was Epultra being able to get some get that dash off. But Regretti does fall. Follows up by a pick onto Nitobi. Not long before getting responded. Tank down now for Raging Cajun and KSU.
As we're seeing
Ooh,
this
we see
portal come out on the attack, looking to just keep the pressure up. And that's going to be tough for KSU to keep up with. However, they do have 4 ults with a beautiful pick from JMag.
It certainly is. I agree with getting this portal on cooldown earlier, but now most of your team isn't going to be able to use it either. Nice clobber coming out from Radlom. Was able to hit a lot of the members there. That was nice in that corridor. Boxing this team up, taking them out. That will be all she wrote for that first point.
Yeah, leaving about 440 on the time for Raging Cajun for just an 85-meter push, especially where this first corner is almost free, just because of the space that KSU has with the long spawn from your tank. Beautiful pull, though, from Magic. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that finish onto Regretti. No, I'm going to fall back. But we're going to have to see, again, some possible swaps or change. I mean, we're seeing Raging Cajun just almost plowing through these points and KSU not making the right swaps to deal with it yet.
Certainly not yet. Epultra, we see on his perch with that last stand, ready to use it when the time is right. Aya Bagamoto comes down, hits a lot of the members of KSU. Eternal Bond from Skull Digger will do its job in keeping everyone alive. J-Mac will take out Juro, ulting with a perfectly placed headshot. And Raging Cajun will be all over KSU's defense. Will finish this push and win the series.
Wow, yeah, I mean, what a comeback if you're Raging Cajun. That was beautiful show on both of those convoy and payload maps. I mean, again, great shot from JMag there onto that Cloak and Dagger, but it's not going to be enough when the rest of your team just gets ran down like that. Good job from KSU, from Raging Cajun and KSU, but GG's to both teams, and congratulations to Raging Cajun for that win. Definitely was hard fought.
Yeah, definitely did not come easy to them. They had to pull out everything. I mean, Epultra on that Wolverine showing why it should be banned. But, I mean, enabling him to play that Mr. Fantastic, is that any better? Never really know. I mean, great showing from both teams. But Raging Cajun will walk away with it tonight.
For sure. KSU having a little bit of a rough one. However, that's not saying that they played poorly. I mean, they won several maps. They play just really came down to the wire for each of them. So unfortunately, that is going to put KSU at 2 losses tonight that we saw. But hopefully next week, we'll be able to catch them in a better light.
Absolutely. I believe that will be all for tonight. We will be back another weekend of Marvel Rivals next weekend. Be sure to tune in to the ECAC streams throughout the week at 8 p.m. EST. I believe you can catch us again Thursday night for Overwatch 2. Do you have any final words for the night, Althea?
Yeah, I mean, again, always be sure to tune in those streams. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the engagement and everything and supporting these teams. Shout out to the teams as well, fighting great on all fronts. And I mean, yeah, this was a long one. Thanks for sticking it out, and I hope to see you guys later in the week as well as next week's for next week's games. Thank you, Inferno. I've been Althea and our observer Beldia, and I believe that's all. So have a